Do I remember this one? Too many to remember. Yeah, 3 P's, pussy and power, the most important one is the paper.
Gonna be in the NBA.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What up, Shark Nation? It's me, TJ Sharky here. In this video, I want to talk about my fitness plan for 2025. So, you might think, is that guy TJ Sharky, is he a powerlifter? No, he's not that strong. Is he a bodybuilder? No, he's not that big. Is he an athlete? He doesn't play a sport. So, what is he? I'm nothing yet, but I want to become an athlete and be a good basketball player. How I'm gonna become this is with a few steps. First off, let's start with the skills I need to work on. Of course, I need to be good at basketball, so I need to play basketball more than I do currently. I need to be explosive, I need to have great conditioning, great strength, great muscle, and I need to be flexible. The principles I've listed are from the most important to the least important. With skill, of course, being the most important, you need to be good at what you're doing. If you can't dribble a ball or shoot the ball, it doesn't matter that you got 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 30 pounds more muscle. You're not going to win a game or impact the game at all. Then you need to be explosive. Basketball players need to dunk, jump, change directions quickly, and you need to have good conditioning. If you're explosive and you're really good with the ball, but you're tired after 2 minutes, you're not going to play. Then you need to be strong and have good muscle size. Strength is way more important than muscle size, but bigger muscles in general produce more force and have more force potential than smaller muscles. You need to be strong. An example for this one is Trae Young. He's pretty skinny and pretty short. He gets pushed around by pretty much any player in the NBA. And if you're not insane on offense like Trae Young, you're not going to be on the court because you're not adding anything on defense or rebounding. So I need to work on all those. And the last one, flexibility. This helps with injury prevention. If you're flexible and can get in pretty hard positions like almost a split or really far knees over toes, it prevents you from getting injured when you're accidentally in those positions when you're playing, because you never know what happens when you're playing. You might jump up to dunk the ball and have a bad landing and then break your ankles because they're not flexible. So flexibility is also important. These are a lot of different principles, but how am I going to work on all of these principles at once? I'm not going to do that. That's the answer. I'm going to periodize. Periodization means putting more effort in one or two skills at a time and splitting this up in periods throughout the year. So my periodization goes as follows. From January to May, I'm focusing on muscle growth and strength. In this period, I will bulk up from 87 kgs currently at 18 January up until 92, maybe 93 kgs in the end of April and the start of May. In this phase, I will focus on a couple different lifts. I have it currently split up in two blocks. One is the deadlift and bench block, because those exercises are important to get stronger as a human being, because they're fundamental movement patterns. You're pushing stuff all the time, but you're also hinging your back, picking things up, getting explosive off the ground. Your low back and your hamstrings also play a big role in running, and running is important for basketball and the majority of sports. Then I have a second strength block where I focus more on overhead press and squat. Overhead press and squat are more focused on basketball itself, because when you're jumping, you're doing a partial squat and you need to exclude a lot of force in that moment to get up and get explosive. Also, the overhead press is a movement that really looks like your shooting form because you're shooting the ball overhead. So getting strong at that movement will help a lot with the sport. Of course, muscle and strength doesn't matter if you're not explosive, you have shit conditioning, you're not flexible, and you can't play the sport. So this is what I'm gonna focus on in the next few periods. In the period from early May to the end of June, I'm focusing on the maintenance of my muscles. So I still do a bit of hypertrophy training, but just enough to maintain my muscles. This can be done with about 30% of your volume. So for me, it's going from 5 days a week to 2 or 3 days a week of hypertrophy training. And then I can focus the rest of my time on explosiveness. I can do this with plyometric exercises, with sprinting, and with faster movement. So I can still do a bench press, but just put all my force on the concentric and go really fast as possible. Or with a squat, do like a half squat, but just as explosive as possible. So now it's the beginning of July. I've become bigger, stronger, more explosive. What do I need next? I need to be good at basketball, so I'm of course implementing some more basketball practice from the last block and more in this block. Whereas in this block I'm also focusing on more running and my conditioning, getting it better so I can play the whole game without getting tired. At the moment I'm almost tired recording this, so my conditioning really needs work, but this will be done from July to August. In this period I'm also still cutting weight. My cut starts May 1st and ends the 1st of September, so it's 4 months. I want to lose around 7 or 8 kgs and go from 92 to 85 kgs. I think that's a good weight for me to be at. It allows me to be muscular enough to play the 1 or the 2 on the court, but also be fast enough to jump, dunk and shoot and not be tired when I play 5 minutes. Then comes the fun part. In September the season starts, so in this part of the year I'm really focusing on muscle maintenance, so my volume for muscle growth may go down to 2 days a week of hypertrophy training, maybe some strength but not a lot of strength exercises, so I can keep my strength but not gain much or lose much. And I'll do a lot of explosive movements, plyometrics, but less than in the off season because I got more practices. I also do less conditioning work because I'm already practicing a lot and playing games, so my conditioning will be good at this point of the year. So my goal for this, if it all works out, of course, I'm gonna be in the NBA. That's the goal of any basketball player. If it's realistic, no, it's definitely not. But I could dream and I could work as much to get better than I'm now, and if I'm really good, we'll see what happens. If I'm not really good, it's still a fun sport and I like to play it, so no worries. We'll see where the ship strands. You might think, where is flexibility? Flexibility will be worked in every period because it doesn't impact strength or explosiveness or conditioning. I will just do stretching every day and some deeper range of motion exercises from sometimes. So at the moment I'm doing really deep knees over toes squats and deficit RDLs. This was the video of today. If you have any questions for me, if you have tips for me, anything you want me to react to, want me to help you, comment down below. My Instagram is TJ You can follow me over there. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Sharky signing out.
Nah, let me go again. Let me go again. Let me go again. Yeah.